in high definition. It's an all-new evening magazine for Friday, May 19th.
If Monday Night Show did not motivate you to change your life and start doing the things you want to do, this lady will. St. Brian has the story.
From feathery hats to frilly hats, fruity hats to silly hats. If you visit the Hat Museum in Portland, Oregon,
isn't that a fine hat?
You will learn everything you need to know.
Feels a little bit like wearing a pillow.
About hats.
Christian Dior in 1959 said, "Without hats there would be no civilization."
With 600 here, it is quite civilized.
See?
Curator Alice Cornyn-Selby is a woman who wears many hats. Author, motivational speaker, adventure taker.
Life should not be measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the number of moments that take your breath away.
She knows about breathtaking moments.
I was scared to death every day, and that lasted for 3 months.
In 2002, Alice drove an 80-year-old topless roadster back and forth across the United States.
I had all of my money, credit cards, and the car keys stolen. I was bitten by a dog in St. Paul. I was chased across Arkansas by a couple of rednecks in a white pickup truck.
It was all to road test a philosophy she's been selling in speaking engagements and writing about in more than a dozen books, including What's Your Sabotage?
We trade what we want most for what we want at the moment.
Alice is the self-described high priestess of procrastination. She says most of us know what we want to do. In fact, we often say it out loud.
I want a new house on an island.
I want to travel to every continent in the world.
I want a new girlfriend. Now.
We just make sure it never happens.
Procrastination has been called suicide on the installment plan. And it is.
Alice says to think of procrastination this way. Inside each of us, there's a board of directors, small voices giving us directions. Do this, do that. They argue, they push, they pull, and in the end, you and your plans are at a standstill.
Gee, I'd really like to write a book, but there's somebody on the inside that says, you know, if my mother ever read that, it would be awful. And so you don't end up writing the book. It becomes a protective device.
But procrastination can kill. Muppets founder Jim Henson put off treatment for an easily treatable form of pneumonia and died. How many more people know they should get screened for colon cancer but don't? Because we imagine something bad might happen, we don't do anything. But even in the worst case scenario, the right attitude can lead to a solution.
It's written on this ring.
So what, now what? Meaning, now what are you going to do about it?
If I'm asking so what, now what, I'm not asking the wrong questions like, why me? Or, whose fault is this? Somebody's just been handed the cancer card. That's not the first time that's ever happened. So what? Now what? What are you going to do about it?
For instance, when repair bills for her historic home were threatening to go through the roof, Alice didn't pout. She turned her home into a hat museum.
I think that when you change your hat, you change your whole persona. This is the only...
Funny thing, we visited the Hat Museum to learn something about hats, but we left learning something about life. That's what happens around Alice, if you can keep up with her.
I don't care how long my life is or how short it is. I want it to be really cool.